The word Lodebar in Hebrew, it means a place where there is no pasture.
They're at the start before the beginning of time.
Greetings to everyone. I want to welcome you on this live broadcast. May God bless you wherever you are. I want us to straight away go into the Word of God. At the end, you need to subscribe with us. Follow us on social media. Follow us on Facebook, Evangelist Martin, on YouTube, on Instagram, and God will thoroughly bless you. Please, you can share this message on your page. Let's go in the book of Daniel, chapter 1, chapter 2, verse 16. It's a story about the dream that the king got. But verse 16 says, "And Daniel went in and besought the king to appoint him a time that he might show the king the interpretation of the dream." Now, we are talking about taking your stand in prayer. Last time we talked about taking your position or taking your stand. But today we are sharing about taking your stand, your position in prayer. This is the dream that the king got in the time of Daniel, the time of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And they were in captivity. And the king said, he called all the wise men, including Daniel and his friends, that you need to give me the interpretation of the dream. But before you give me the interpretation of the dream, you must tell me what I dreamt. Of course, interpretation sounds easy. But to tell him what he dreamt first is a bit difficult because he knows it. Now, to make the long story short, none of the astrologers, of the wise men could tell the king the dream and the interpretation. But verse 16 says, Daniel asked for an opportunity to stand in prayer, to ask God for the dream and the interpretation. And to make it very short for you, verse 19 says, "Then the mystery was revealed to Daniel in the vision of the night." God visited Daniel and gave him the dream that the king had dreamed and the interpretation of the dream. The Bible says, in the night, the vision was revealed to Daniel. That is verse 19, Daniel chapter 2. And then Daniel blessed the Lord of heaven because of that revelation. Friends, despite what we are going through, we go through challenges. This was a technical problem. They were going to die because the king had issued the command that they should all be killed, all the wise men, including Daniel and his friends. But guess what? Through prayer, the dream was revealed. The interpretation was revealed. This is what God does. If you choose to stand and take your position in prayer, if you refuse to die, if you refuse to fail, if you refuse to be discouraged, God will reveal the secret, will bring a solution to you. Now, these are the three blessings that God released when Daniel stood in his position to pray. Number one, death was terminated. Verse 13, "So the decree had gone forth that the wise men were to be slain, and they saw Daniel also and his companion to be killed. And therefore, death was terminated." The survival of our families, our places of work, of our destiny, the survival for your children, even for your ministries, dependent upon your desire, your choice to stand in your position, in the presence of God, to pray. Number two, the blessing of promotion was released. What happens if we choose to stand before God? What happens if we take a stand and pray? Promotion is released. Instead of adversity, instead of calamity, instead of the problems which had befallen them and all the friends, God decided to promote them. Verse 48, "And then the king gave Daniel high honor and many great gifts, and made him ruler over the whole province of Babylon. and the chief prefect over all wise men of Babylon. Look at this. Are you facing a death sentence? Are you suffering from cancer, asthma? Are you facing a court case? Are you facing a loan? Is your building going, your house, you are losing your job? If you choose to stand, your adversity will be turned into promotion. And lastly, but not the least, God used Daniel's prayer to promote even his friends. Daniel chapter 2 verse 49. Daniel made a request to the king, and he appointed Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego over the affairs of the province of Babylon. What happened? Instead of them being killed, Daniel's friends were also promoted. God is waiting for you to stand in the gap and pray. God is waiting for you to take a stand, to stand in your position and resist. And because of that, all your friends, your community, your family, your nation, even your generation depends upon you. And look at this. This is the last one. At the end of all those victories, prayer, promotion, survival, this is what Daniel did in verse 49. But Daniel remained at the king's court. What does it mean? It's because of this position that Daniel was able to survive together with his friends. But look at this. Daniel was not impressed by all this promotion. He remained at the king's court. What should we do? We always need to remain in the presence of God, regardless of all the promotion. After getting that promotion, that marriage, that car, you have bought that house, God has elevated you. Friends, you need to remain in the place of prayer. Take your position and stand in prayer. God bless you.